Poonam Pandey, social media sensation, actor cum model, just tweeted videos and informed that she is not dead. Believe it or not, those are the videos there on your screen. She is back and she says that she's proud that the fact that she faked her demise and this led to a conversation on cervical cancer. Many questions are being raised today. Many are asking, how is this justified? Can somebody who enjoys a celebrity status justify faking their own death and call it an attempt to raise awareness on cervical cancer? Many are questioning today, how much is too much? Earlier, you saw industry insiders, especially film critics, raise questions on the very fact if she was dead or alive. And today, that answer is out in front of you. Here are the videos that Poonam Pandey released on her social media.
Hi everyone, it's Poonam. I'm sorry I've caused this tear and I'm sorry to those whom I've hurt. My intention? To shock everyone into the conversation that we are not talking enough about, which is cervical cancer. Yes, I faked my demise. Extreme, I know. But suddenly we all are talking about cervical cancer, aren't we? It's a disease that silently takes your life. And this disease needed the spotlight urgently. I'm proud of what my death news has been able to achieve. And for those who have questions for me, I will see you live on Hot to Fly. I'm alive. I didn't die because of cervical cancer. Unfortunately, I cannot say that about those hundreds and thousands of women who have lost their lives because of cervical cancer. It is not because they couldn't do anything about it, because they had no idea what to do. I'm here to tell you that, unlike other cancers, cervical cancer is preventable. All you have to do is you have to get your tests done and you have to get HPV vaccine. We can do all this and more to make sure there is no more life lost to this disease. Please log on to www.poonampandeysalive.com.
Shivani is joining us live. Shivani, there's a sense of shock. There's a sense of outrage. We are hearing many cancer survivors today question, how can a celebrity do something like this and then come out and say, yes, it is extreme. Yes, I faked my demise, I beg your pardon, but I had to do it because I wanted a conversation on cervical cancer. You have a guest with you. Please take us through the reactions that's coming in.
Well, definitely it's a shock of sense for everyone. In fact, we are with somebody who's friends with Poonam, who's worked with Poonam, stays in the same complex. How do you see, Danish, that how come a celebrity who's so responsible socially makes a stunt out of the death news?
First of all, as a friend, it was very shocking. Yesterday, I was scrolling down my Instagram and I saw the post. It was really very shocking. 2 मिनट के लिए तो कुछ समझ में नहीं आया and माइंड पूरा स्टक हो गया था, ये हो क्या रहा है, क्योंकि शी इज सो ब्यूटीफुल, शी इज सच अ नाइस पर्सन. वो सोशल मीडिया पे जितनी बोल्ड दिखती है, शी इज़ नॉट इन रियल लाइफ, शी इज़ वेरी स्वीट. तो ऐसे इंसान को एकदम अचानक से न्यूज़ देखना और खो देना तो वाज वेरी शॉकिंग. देन मैंने थोड़ा सा रिसर्च किया, पता चला कि अभी तक कुछ कंफर्म नहीं हुआ, तो थोड़ी सी राहत मिली कि मे बी इट इज़ अवेयरनेस.
अकॉर्डिंग टू यू, अवेयरनेस के लिए डेथ और सर्वाइवर्स, क्योंकि इसके ऊपर बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस करें कि ऐसा मजाक नहीं बनाना चाहिए कैंसर जैसी चीज़ों का.
बिल्कुल नहीं बनाना चाहिए, बट मैं अगर सेंसिबल बात करूं तो अगर किसी एक इंसान की मजाक से लाखों लोग, करोड़ों लोग सेफ हो रहे हैं, उनकी जान बच रही है, वो जान पा रहे हैं कि सर्वाइकल कैंसर होता क्या है, जो कि मुझे भी नहीं पता था, मैंने स्टडी किया कल. तो लड़कियों के लिए इट्स वेरी डेंजरस. तो अगर एक इंसान की मजाक से लाखों करोड़ों लोगों की जान बच रही है तो मुझे लगता है वो मजाक माफ़ कर देनी चाहिए और हमें उस मजाक को छोड़ के उस कॉज पे ध्यान देना चाहिए, उस चीज़ पे ध्यान देना चाहिए कि ये होता क्यों है, कैसे है और इससे बचना कैसे।
फिर भी इस मौत वाले स्टंट को तो आप इसको सपोर्ट नहीं करेंगे, आई एम श्योर।
मैं बिल्कुल भी सपोर्ट नहीं करना चाहूँगा। ऐसा हो गया, ठीक है, हो गया, अभी इसको ख़त्म करके माफ़ कर देना चाहिए। बट नेक्स्ट टाइम मैं खुद भी ये बात सबको बोलना चाहूँगा कि ये चीज़ बहुत डेंजर हो सकती है उन लोगों के लिए जो आपके फैंस हैं,
राइट,
जो आपके फैमिली है, जो आपके दोस्त हैं, उन लोगों की माइंड और हार्ट पे बहुत डैमेज हो सकता है। अभी बहुत सारे डाई हार्ट फैन भी होते हैं जो मैंने देखा सुसाइड कर लेते हैं
Alright.
अपने चाहने वालों के लिए। तो उन फैंस के दिमाग पे और
Alright.
इमोशंस पे क्या फर्क पड़ेगा, आई
All
कैन
right,
अंडरस्टैंड।
Shivani, we also
There
have, yes.
are
So you have a friend there of Poonam Pandey, shockingly, who's coming out and saying that अगर एक सेलिब्रिटी के मजाक की वजह से सर्वाइकल कैंसर पे अवेयरनेस होता है तो ऐसे मजाक को माफ कर देना चाहिए. We have Arunil also joining us on this broadcast. Arunil, a sense of shock. There is outrage because there are many cancer survivors who are today questioning that you cannot do what they are calling a publicity stunt, a PR exercise, an event of sort to build some followers on social media, to get more likes, to ensure people are watching you on an issue as sensitive and as serious as cervical cancer. What are you hearing from industry insiders today?
Well, bizarre, absurd, appalling. These are the adjectives that are coming forth. Now, with me are some of the people who knew what exactly happened when Poonam Pandey's social media handle announced about her death. Now, there is a kind of a debate that we have seen amongst friends also. These two are friends. First, we'll ask you, how do you look at it? Somebody faking her own death and then basically say that it was for a noble cause. Yes, it was for a noble cause, a vaccine against cervical cancer. But how do you look at this entire sequence of events?
All I can say is doing a noble cause is very good. But then the way you are doing the noble cause, it's absolutely unacceptable. And you can just look at the kind of pain, kind of struggle that all those millions of cancer patients are going through, how they would have felt about this. It's absolute mockery of those patients who are just trying to live for one more day, and then a celebrity who lots of us actually, if not, eyeing or if not worshipping and all, but at least she is there in the limelight. And then you are trying to become an example, and you are trying to set up a precedence by faking your death in the name of cancer. And then very next day you are coming out and then stating that no.
Again, we'll speak to his friend, your friend as well. आप कैसे देखते हो ये पूरे सीक्वेंस ऑफ इवेंट्स को? कल बोलना कि मर गई है, फिर बाद में कुछ भी नई इन्फॉर्मेशन आना, आज बोलना कि हम जिंदा है बट हम एक प्रमोट कर रहे थे एक वैक्सीन को जो कैंसर से प्रिवेंट कर सकते, कैसे देखते हो इसको?
मेरे हिसाब से तो ठीक है, ये फेक न्यूज़ लग रही लोगों को एंड इवन हुई भी, बट द थिंग इसका जो इफेक्ट हुआ समाज में, राइट?
Okay.
Initially, people were knowing about the cervical cancer,
Okay,
but
Arunil, we are getting callers calling us constantly, and these calls are coming into our newsrooms because, like I told you, there's a sense of shock and a sense of outrage. We have Ajay joining us from Mumbai. Ajay, thank you for calling us this afternoon. I'm sure you're following the news and you're also aware that yesterday there was a news of a social media post put out from Poonam Pandey's handle, informing her followers of her death and claiming that it happened because of cervical cancer. Today, a short while back, videos were put out by Poonam Pandey herself claiming that, yes, I faked my demise and I had to do it to spread awareness on cervical cancer. What do you think about this?
Yeah, in fact, more than creating any awareness about cervical cancer, she has created publicity for herself. In reality, I tell you, the cervical cancer patient must be hurt more than getting any awareness about their disease or in general. So I personally feel law should take a strict action against such a celebrity.
Okay. So Ajay from Mumbai, who just called us in, says law should also take note of such stunts that are happening, and more than creating awareness, this is nothing but a PR stunt. Radhika from Bengaluru also calling us. Radhika, you're following the news. Poonam Pandey back from the dead, claiming that she had to do it to spread awareness on cervical cancer. Your first reaction?
It's not justified by any means. And I'm sure there's more than that meets the eye. She must have received a hefty commission from those people who are selling these vaccines. So that also should be investigated because it's an outright fraud that you commit on people.
So you have Gauri Priya also. So these are the voices you're hearing from people who are listening to the news, people who are, some of them are saying that this is absolutely unethical, some saying there should also be an investigation on the finance behind this kind of a PR stunt. Gauri, your reaction?
I felt it was a publicity stunt, and it was very cheap the way she did it. Like, it was not, we don't really care whether she is alive or dead, frankly speaking. But that was not the way of, going about it. It is so much of injustice for the people who are suffering from cancer. It is to go through it. I have seen myself, we have seen it, what can happen, and how she can do it for publicity, I don't know.
All right.
If anybody can go to her and tell her that we didn't like it at all. Really, we do not, we do not bother whether she is alive or dead. But this is not the way of, committing injustice on people. That was wrong. Somebody should take cognizance of the fact. I mean, there should be some government authority who should take cognizance of the fact. In fact, our government is trying to do everything. That day in the budget, Nirmala ji told good things about the vaccine.
Extremely angry reactions. Yes, Gauri, very, very angry reactions coming in from viewers who are calling us this afternoon. There's a sense of shock. How can you do a publicity? How can a celebrity resort to a publicity stunt on a disease as serious as cervical cancer is the question that viewers today are calling in and asking. There are questions in the minds of the common people who are saying there should be an investigation into what kind of commission was paid to a celebrity who faked her own demise and today is claiming she did it to raise awareness on cervical cancer. We have Dr. Prashant, an oncologist, joining us on this broadcast this afternoon. Dr. Prashant, I'm sure like many of our viewers who are calling us in this afternoon expressing their shock and outrage, there must be a sense of outrage in you too, because you, as an oncologist, have treated cancer patients, deal with cancer survivors and their families and the trauma that they go through. First things first, as somebody who belongs to the medical fraternity, what does this kind of news, what kind of a message does this send out to the society?
So, I will tell you what I feel. I'll tell you, we as doctors, we are generally trained and, our education makes us, be non-judgmental generally. And, I do understand there is a lot of outrage going on and, this, lady who's a known celebrity has, tried this thing and, it on the outside, it seems like a publicity stunt or a gimmick. But as a doctor, I think we are more focused on handling the social situation, treating our patients, and making sure that they get the right information. So I think I would, as a doctor, remain non-judgmental, and but I would tell all celebrities that please stay responsible. Maybe there are cleaner ways, more straight ways to inform the public. You have your social media handles, you have a definite reach. Maybe you can use more straight pathways to inform the public rather than going astray.
Okay. So Dr. Mehta, please be with us because we're getting a lot of calls coming into our newsrooms today and express their anger. What's your view on this?
This is actually nothing but publicity. Legal action should be taken against her. Complete investigation should be done. What was the actual motto behind this? This is unaccepted.
All right.
This is very, very wrong what she has done. Just for publicity and nothing else.
Very, very wrong what she has done just for publicity. Voices from our viewers. These are the reactions from our viewers and you can sense the anger in their tone. Dr. Mohan is joining us from Delhi. Dr. Mohan, we had another doctor, an oncologist, Dr. Prashant, who joined us on the broadcast. He said that he sent out a message to celebrities that take a responsible position when you have to spread awareness on diseases like cancer. Dr. Mohan, what's your take?
Views are that I agree with all the calls made so far. Shocking. Legal action must be taken, thoroughly investigated. And one thing I would like to add, that I have worked in Rajiv Gandhi Cancer Hospital, Rohini, as an additional MS about 20 years before. I know the morale of a cancer patient. He has broken the spine of all those patients who are living. I will not say cheap gimmick was her decision, who advised her to do that, or it was her own decision. I don't want to go into all that. But this is a stabbing behind the back of all the cancer patients who are in the country, irrespective of cervical cancer.
All right.
And I would suggest that she should be not given any work now, asked to sit home.
Okay. Dr. Mohan, thank you so much for joining us and telling us about your views. Dr. Prashant, your stand has been very clear. You said as a doctor, as a professional, as somebody who deals with cancer survivors, cancer patients, their families, the trauma that they go with every day. You had a message to celebrities today. You heard Dr. Mohan, who said that this is absolutely unacceptable. But let's come to the awareness part of it. Number one, there are celebrities who are expected to spread awareness, but isn't this a bit much?
So you could label it as a bit much. I agree with you. And the way it is to be done has to be, as I said, it has to be a more clean way, a more acceptable, socially responsible way. Yes, that is true.